Just in case Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and Metroid Prime Remastered weren't enough Nintendo goodness for you this year, the big news of the day is talks of a new Zelda and a new Metroid hitting Switch this year again, and soon. Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. We've got to dive into this exciting news because this would, again, defy expectations. It would change and shuffle what we think Nintendo's been up to, and it would be happening on Switch 1. Yeah, we're not talking about leaks for Switch 2 or that. We're talking about the Switch we have right now, and this comes from our maestro of madness, Jeff Grubb himself. The dude has been quieter in 2023 after his 2022 debacle. You may not remember, but it also involved Metroid and Zelda. So the fact that he's back on the Zelda Metroid train, I feel like he really knows something. This dude risked his hair for Twilight Princess HD, Wind Waker HD, and Metroid Prime Remastered in 2022 during the September Nintendo Direct, and he lost. His hair was lost, and now he's putting it up for grabs again with two pieces of information that lead to major Nintendo franchises returning far sooner than maybe we initially thought, at least in the case of Zelda, which should be done for a while. But let me dive in because most importantly, Grubb says this is not Tears of the Kingdom related. So if you thought I was just going to mention TOTK DLC, I'm not. And maybe nobody is ever. Although we'll get to that in a bit. Hit that like button if you enjoy these videos and let's go. Jeff Grubb says that Metroid Prime 2 Remastered is coming out relatively soonish. That is happening. That probably is happening relatively soonish. Now, relatively soonish to me means within the next couple of months, and this looks to be the game that would release in the September Direct. Nintendo has now done back-to-back Directs with GameCube stealth drops. First, it was Metroid Prime Remastered, then Pikmin 1 and 2, and now what are they going to do to charge you a little bit more than probably they should for a GameCube game? He goes on to say that it's going to be mostly what people want, it's going to have the modern controls, and it's going to be HD and things like that, but it's not going to get the love and care that Metroid Prime got, no. So this will not be Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Remastered, it will just be Metroid Prime 2 Ichus HD. My brother read it as Ichus when he was little. It was one of the greatest moments of my childhood when he opened Nintendo Power and said, "What is Metroid Prime 2 Ichus?" Anyhow, there's another tilt to this that I think could be of interest to you. Many people are pointing out that, hey, they expected F-Zero GX to be the GameCube stealth drop in September. Now, Grubb says that, yeah, there's going to be a September Direct, and we kind of knew that would happen. Nintendo has maintained that every year. F-Zero has been heavy in the rumor game. Now it seems like Metroid Prime 2 half remastered is usurping that, but I want to point out that it's possible Nintendo just tweet drops Metroid Prime 2 Remastered. Remember, they do not have a major title in August or September, so dropping two GameCube games would fit this bill. It would allow them to do Metroid Prime 2 Remastered in August with a tweet, because it's not as big of a deal as Metroid Prime 1, and they still have Metroid Prime 3 to get through before Prime 4 comes out, and then that would allow them to use either Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door or F-Zero GX in the September slot, which I think would hit bigger. I know Metroid Prime Remastered was a huge reveal and an awesome stealth drop, but after that, I feel like it'll be diminishing returns, especially without the full remastered nature of Metroid Prime 2. So I want to just put it out there that August could be Metroid Prime 2, and September could be your F-Zero GX, and that would allow Nintendo to fill the gap of August and September that currently are oddly empty. They have multiple games in October and November. August and September are empty, and we've pointed out before on the channel that, like, maybe Nintendo does have something small to fit in there. And Jeff Grubb, hearing that this is coming out relatively soonish, I mean, August is like, could be a month and a half away. September, I mean, that's soon as well. So either of these are valid, but there could be a double dose of GameCube. Apparently, there could also be a double dose of Zelda, because Jeff Grubb says, this next phrase I'm afraid to say, so I might not actually say it, but listen, I don't know what it means. I'm going to tell you what they told me, and if you take this and you spin it into something else, everybody, it's on you, okay? It's on you. Something not related to Tears of the Kingdom is happening with Zelda later this year. Now, as soon as you hear Zelda and Jeff Grubb, you get fuzzy feelings of Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, but I'm going to almost guarantee you it's neither of those things. The next up would be Tears of the Kingdom DLC, and that seems to fit in Nintendo's plan, right? It could be a Game Awards announcement, it could be something in the September Direct. Pumping out Zelda Tears of the Kingdom DLC on the heels of historic sales for Zelda makes a lot of sense. But then Grubbs comes in and says it's not TOTK related. So what could this be? And first, I want to just get the disappointing outcomes out of the way. All right, let's get the bad out first. We can be bummed for a minute together, and then we can get a little more hopeful. This could easily be not game related. It's not Tears of the Kingdom related, so would Nintendo dare do another Zelda game in the same year when they just put out their Megaton? What else could it be? Well, it could be a Zelda Lego set. We know Mario has been huge with its Lego partnership, and there was a Zelda set leaked of a nice, great Deku Tree. It was taken down when reported on YouTube. That could easily be the Zelda announcement that Grubb is hearing about. There could be a segment in the September Direct that's like, ta-da, The Legend of Zelda is coming to our Lego partnership just like Mario, and that would be cool, but it would not have anywhere near the impact that maybe you're hoping for. The other option is a movie announcement, but I feel like with the writer's strike and the actors and all of that going on in Hollywood, we will not get a movie reveal this year. I don't think that it's time for that. I think they'll continue to push the Mario Bros. Movie Blu-rays and digital and maybe even like some Christmas edition. I don't know, re-release it in theaters. We'll see. I don't think it's going to be movie related. So if it's not game related, it's probably the Zelda Lego thing. If it is game related though, we have to look at what the options would be. To me, there's no chance that it's Wind Waker or Twilight Princess, as another 3D Zelda would step on the toes of Tears of the Kingdom, or maybe Tears of the Kingdom would just step on the toes of this. People are so immersed in Tears of the Kingdom, would they want to go backwards in time and grab an older Zelda? I feel like that would be a poor timeline for Nintendo. They could easily release Twilight Princess or Wind Waker next year, 2025, something of the sort, and get more value. What it could instead be is one of two things. One would be an interesting 3DS re-release of A Link Between Worlds on Nintendo Switch. Now, they do have the 3DS mechanic that was interesting, but we don't need 3D to enjoy what makes A Link Between Worlds special, which is honestly the fact that the dungeons are not as linear as before. And given that Tears of the Kingdom is all about non-linearity, this would fit. A Link Between Worlds is a fantastic Zelda game, a sequel to A Link to the Past, and it did awesome on 3DS. We know that they're bringing Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon from 3DS to Switch. Could they do it again? They could. It would be a top-down 2D Zelda and something to sort of fit in alongside Tears of the Kingdom. It also could release early next year. They could announce it this year and then drop it in early 2024. But there's another side sort of announcement that they could make, and I feel this is the most likely in my opinion, which is something for the 25th anniversary of Ocarina of Time. Zelda Ocarina of Time is a lot of people's like big favorite childhood Zelda. If you're too young for Link to the Past and you're too old for Breath of the Wild to be your first, then Ocarina may be your special era. It surely was for me. Now, Ocarina of Time came out November 11th, 1998, meaning that November 11th, 2023 is the 25th anniversary, meaning Nintendo could do something. There's a couple of options here, as they do have a 3DS 3D version that they could release with some up-resing on Nintendo Switch and say it's the ultimate version of Ocarina of Time to play on the TV or on the go. Or they could do another GameCube drop and put that pesky Master Quest edition onto Nintendo Switch. For a while, the Master Quest Double Disc Pack was a very coveted GameCube title. I remember it had a huge price on eBay, something that I capitalized on back in like the Wii or Wii U era when I was trying to make a few bucks to buy some newer games. Kind of wish I would have held on to it, kind of sad I didn't, but Nintendo could eviscerate the value and bring it back to Nintendo Switch in a way that it's like, hey, now there's Master Quest on Switch. We didn't have to do anything new. This is super easy, but either A, we can sell it to you, or B, they could put it on the N64 expansion pack in a way that is sort of bringing something new to N64, considering this was a GameCube add-on, but it's for an N64 game, and Nintendo wouldn't have to have GCVC to put it on Switch. Am I making sense here? They could basically bring Master Quest Ocarina of Time as sort of a throwback, as a honoring the 25th anniversary, and as something fun that doesn't require a new purchase nor a lot of investment on Nintendo's part. So Metroid Prime 2 Remastered is a lesser version than Metroid Prime Remastered, and I fully believe that whatever is coming for Zelda will be far lesser than Tears of the Kingdom. I think it would be silly to expect a brand new game. I think it would be silly to expect a Hyrule Warriors type game. I think the luckiest part would be a Link Between Worlds conversion to Switch, and the unluckiest would be Lego Zelda, which still is kind of neat because childhood me and all the Nintendo kids out there, and even Nintendo adults, probably would love to have a Lego Deco Tree, and it really seems like that's happening. But both of these things should transpire, I would say, in the next couple of months. I don't see Nintendo doing a late year presentation, but if it is in fact the Ocarina of Time edition, the 25th anniversary surprise, that would be in November. But we should at least see the Metroid Prime 2 thing in August or September, and we'll know if Jeff Grubb can fully grow back his hair, or if he's back on the shave train, because this dude has risked it for Zelda 2 years in a row, 2 falls in a row, and we'll see. He did say that he probably should not have said it, and if you spin it into something else, it's on you, indicating to me that it's not a huge deal. I think it's either Lego or an Ocarina of Time surprise. Let me know what you think it is in the comments down below. Either way, pretty pumped to see Metroid and Zelda both returning in 2023 in some capacity, alongside major Mario goodness in a second half that was supposed to be empty. Really makes you think. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. SwitchForce out.